ladies and gentlemen, and Finland as well. Won't you join me in a real fine Vinita, Oklahoma round of applause as we welcome pretty Vicki Adams and Silverado. Vicki, born and reared on the Yakima Indian Reservation up in the state of Washington. Vicki, a great horse trainer, trick rider, and Roman rider, lives at Stewart, Oklahoma, and a pretty daughter that has been going on the rodeo trail with she and Leon, who now is a college freshman at Southeastern. First of all, Silverado, after entering the arena to gallop, has a very unique way of saying hello. Now let's do a series of march steps. And first of all, this is the straight march. First with the horse's left front foot. Silverado, a Spanish high school horse, carries his favorite mistress as only he knows how. Notice with a small cue from the left front foot march to the right front foot march. You probably recognize this gray horse. That was one of the winning horses, one of the ones that Leon rode in his presentation of the Flying Aces a few moments ago. Now for the hesitation march. Each of the march steps a little different, a little more difficult to perform than was the former. The two short, choppy strides, then the bold striking out with the horse's left and front foot, which they are doing beautifully. And remember, friends, your applause is the only barometer by which Vicki and Silverado know if you're enjoying them, and we trust you are. Well, here's the one I like best. This is the one that should have led the parade today, ladies and gentlemen. The old-fashioned Liberty March. And watch the extreme flexion of the horse's shoulder muscles as he vividly stamps down those front feet. Beautiful horse, a beautiful lady. I don't know about you, friends, but I do like it. Vicki Adams and Silverado salute you. Now, from a purist point of view, here probably is the most difficult maneuver that a horse can ever be called on to do. It might not catch your eyes, but here's why it's difficult. This is the Spanish high trot. Three of the horse's 4 feet are off the ground at a given instant. And horse trainers tell us that the strain and the stress on the horse's back muscles and his shoulder muscles are more rigid. And this is the most difficult performance that a horse can possibly do. Isn't that beautifully done? Well, Silverado, I gotta tell you something. You probably noticed that the lovely lady dropped her scarf, and what does a gentleman do? Well, he should pick it up and hand it to her, just like that. Girls, don't you wish your husbands had as many manners as Silverado does? Silverado is a pretty versatile fella. Here is his version of an old dance that we call the rumba. Look at the hip action here. Oh, country boys say, hey, that's the hoochie cooch. The rumba done to perfection. More than a century ago, a young Indian artist of the West made a sculpture, but it wasn't very popular until it became a painting. And then it's the hallmark of the West. It typifies the Indians' eternal struggle against the elements. And it is written that a picture is worth 10,000 words. Ladies and gentlemen, join with us in enjoying Vicki Adams and Silverado as they recreate the painting that you have seen hanging in many a Western ranch home, the incomparable End of the Trail. Now we're going to call on Silverado for another very difficult routine, but he makes the difficult one look easy. This is a bow for his mistress, known as the chest laydown. He's been working pretty hard for us for the past 3 or 4 minutes, and I think it's time for him to have a little brief 7th inning stretch, don't you? And also make a very apt posing place for a pretty lady. Quickly to the sit-up. And again, a salute to everyone in attendance at our first performance. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you've read much about horses, you've read about the Lipizzan horses. They're the ones that the late General Patton saved from extinction from Hitler's army in World War II in Austria. They have been a true breed since the 12th century. They're the only horses that we have ever read of that have the ability to walk any distances on their hind leg. That is until Leon and Vicki Adams became horse trainers for us. Here is the routine, ladies and gentlemen, that no other horse, other than a Lipizzan horse of Austria, has ever accomplished. And this is the routine that has won the plaudits of thousands of rodeo fans all over the world. The incomparable hind leg walk. Not for 5 feet, not for 10, not for 20, but across the ring. If you like a standing ovation now, I think they deserve it, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing something that hasn't been seen before, as only Silverado can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed Vicki Adams and Silverado.